but wrong about the trade. Because in the mix of the move, it's gonna be doing so much like whipsawing or up and down, and a lot of times that happens, and it just like mentally it wears you down. So you might get out early, be like, I'm gonna just take my profit, or you may move your stop too much. So I would just try to make sure you're in the trade already. So just focus on management now. You're no longer a trader. Your job now is just to manage the position. So just to add on to
True.
that, regardless if you want to, size in some more, get a good movement, wait for a pullback, enter another position. That second position is already getting paid for by the first position. So if it pulls back even more, it's not like that's not technically drawdown.
Correct.
Yeah,
I'm
so
just
that'll be the advice I can say on
I'm
that.
gonna I'm gonna adjust my stop loss. I'm gonna make it even tighter. Actually, that's what I'm gonna do.
Personally,
I'm gonna make it tighter.
I would tell you to wait, not even to make the stop loss tight. You're already in the trade and you already got your risk set. That's how much you're willing to risk on that. Unless you got your stop loss too wide right now, then yeah, tighten it.
Yeah,
But if
yeah,
not,
my
don't let
stop
it.
loss, my risk to reward is actually crazy.
Cool. Also remember not just the risk to reward for that trade, as far as your whole sample size. So is that trade positioned correctly to, like, if it's something went wrong, is it a big dent in your total P&L?
Correct.
Yeah, yeah. So if not, then I wouldn't move to stop. I just let it keep rolling, and I'll wait till I get a little bit in profit, like 30 pips or something, and then adjust the stop or manage it.
I'm actually like 70 pips in profit.
We can look at this too. Let's see. We can throw a little overlay on there. You look at the Bollinger Bands.
See, the Bollinger's getting real tight up there.
Yeah, it's getting ready to do some type of breakout. Sitting at kind of the top. First stop will probably be the 20 moving average. It's about 300 pips. So yeah, it's like a solid trade, man.
Yeah, I think I sent it to you inside of our private PM. I think I sent you the
Yeah.
chat.
Um,
Yeah, or I posted it in King Forex chat, one of the other. But yeah, I'm gonna just take profit and
I,
wait on it.
I mean, I wouldn't. Then you look at Euro. Euro is on it's getting ready to drop some more. I've been playing Euro already. It's got a head and shoulders, typical little pattern. It's pretty much then broke the neckline already. Unless you're using your both sides is then broke the neckline. So Euro is gonna keep dropping, or should keep dropping. But I can't say it will, but it's set up to keep dropping. We got an A formation, so it should at least complete this A and continue down. TDI down here, you still got TDI with some room to drop down. Momentum is bearish, bearish. So yeah, that's a good trade, bro. I would hold it. It's just not on my list. It's not on my watch list. I didn't. That's a good trade, though. I might enter it if it give me some type of candlestick. Kind of same thing with UCAD. Everybody been shorting this UCAD, but it ain't wanting to drop. So I'm just waiting on something to. I really don't even see it dropping still. That's why I think that is what made me leery about EA. Is because I'm looking at like how some of these pairs moving. You'll see, look, UCAD can still go, even though it's just straight up. It can still go because this is all fundamental push. So fundamentals, when we're in times like this, um, fundamentals supersede technicals. So price really can do whatever it wants depending on what's going on in the market. They've been pumping that money, but it ain't really to no avail. Like they just been pumping it, so you'll get a little pullback, and then it just still shoots up.
All right, sorry about that. I got kicked out. My connection was bad.
Okay, nah, you good, man. I was just going along here showing. I do a quick little recap. I was just saying that the thing with EA is all this is fundamental play, so it supersedes technicals. Even with UCAD, I'm still looking at it's probably push up here. So it's just depending on what fundamental aspects they did try to pump the money in the market, but I mean it's just no avail. We at some critical times, global economic. It's already been a downturn in spite of the virus, so it's been ready for the markets to kind of flip over. So that's what we're seeing, and that's why none of these technicals are just working. It just it's not abiding by technicals.
Yeah, it is true about you have to adjust your analysis in terms of fundamentals, in terms of a fundamental market, because that's exactly what it is. It's a fundamental market right now.
Indeed.
And I've been doing that, and that's how I've been catching GJ and EJ and Euro, GU, like pretty much just re-entering re-entering on its momentum.
This is a prime example of what they mean about don't try to fade the trend or follow the trend. These are times where you want to follow the trend. You don't want to try to cut them off or short them.
That's exactly what I've been doing, just re-entering on the momentum.
Man, we didn't caught some nasty trades throughout, just all over, man.
Within the last 2 weeks, you're right.
Yeah, it's been fire. What it is, man, is just playing these risk averse currencies and these these risk currencies. So like AUD, NZD, they're higher yielding currencies. So investors use them when they're feeling more optimistic. Then they'll short them, or they'll take all the money out when they in just times of turmoil. So AUD, NZD automatically weak. They are hitting like all-time lows. So like AUD just hit the lowest it's ever been since 2009. So if we continue, it actually broke it, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And so that's why, again, add on that, just kind of monitor that trade.
Yeah, the same thing the exact same thing with NZDs. I mean, the exact same thing with NZDs.
Yeah, they both of them like mirror. They do the same thing, so you can pretty much count on the AUD and NZD. JPY been our big winners. Euro too, we shorten the euro based on economic data as well. So like EU, I don't know what else it was. EJ, oil tanked. Oil probably gonna hit like 20 before we get a push out of that. Anybody? I'll open up the floor though. If not, I'll just go over a couple of pairs I'm looking at. But anybody got any questions on some technique? It don't matter if it's from you just starting, advanced trader. I got the floor open.
Sorry about that.
You all good, bro? Say going once, going twice. I don't know it all, but I mean, if y'all guys have any issues, that's kind of what I opened it up for.
Nick, this is Scott. Everything is good on my end. I mean, I was kind of looking at Euro pairs as well. I'm in a Euro CAD sell. Just kind of seeing what you think.
Indeed. Yeah, I think any of those euros are going to be good plays. I see nothing but downside from the euro, especially after they had the that last release. I forgot which news release it was. The euro, it was the I can't think of what release it was. It was just like a couple days ago. So they should be good plays. Euro CAD. See what we got here.
You know, I think it's a solid play. Doing a little double top up there. So,
Yeah, see, it has a little bit more structure than the EA. It looks like it's a little bit more ready.
yeah, I'm not a big fan of EA. I mean, EA and EG are really not my favorites, but you know, that's just me.
Yeah. Everybody got a preference, got a flavor. Yeah, it's a nice little double top form, and if we can get a breakdown, it's gonna be sale all day.
And that push fits pretty hard too. So
Yes, sir. Let's see where we at.
Do you see how it's failing to break towards it? How it's failing to break on the upside?
Yo, we're looking at. I was just looking at the center range. It's kind of playing at the top of this range, so that'll be a nice little play.
yeah,
that was
because
some
I broke
crazy.
it down to the hourly, and it's in a nice little box up there. So
Yeah, we can play that little zone here. Nice little range.
yeah, exactly. That's what I'm doing. I caught that little move up, and it kind of retraced, wait for it came back up again, did a double top. So I'm gonna kind of sell it down to about 154 ish, something like that. Yeah, it's just my little play. I mean, I think that's a good 100, 150, 200 pips, something like that.
Yeah. You can't beat it.
Yeah, money's money, right?
Yeah, exactly. Especially in today, we're gonna take it all we can get right now. A lot of people sleep on these trend lines, and particularly, I prefer horizontal over diagonal because it's subjective, but at the same time, it is a good point for entries. So we see these. This lady named, if you guys ever look up, her name is Linda Braston. She was a market wizard. She's like a $1 billion hedge fund manager. But she show y'all something I was watching, learn from her. She looks at trend lines. She don't draw actually trend lines. She'll rather look at the pressure points.
Right.
So she like to see these here. These areas here. Okay. And I'll post the video she was speaking about it on, but she was showing how Price likes to come back and hit these areas like that. And basically she don't even draw. She don't even draw lines. Excuse me, I'm trying to remember how she put it about pressure.
Wait, this lady started her own company already, right?
Oh yeah, Miss Brown, yeah, man.
Oh yeah. I've seen a couple of videos on her. I've seen a couple of videos on her. She worked in banking for years, like years.
Yeah, one of the best of the best.
But look how it's failing to break to the upside, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible it could go up, just shoot up, break back down, and just shoot up. I mean, it's very possible. I mean, but we just have to wait and see, I guess.
Exactly. It's all subjective. Our job is not to guess words.
Subjective.
It's not
you just let Price do the thing and you react.
You interact. Exactly. It's good to have start having conversations with like-minded. So, we just want to cover our risk profile. So, stop losses, give it a little room. I might take this trade myself already.
Yeah, because fundamentally it does have a correction that it needs to make to the downside.
Yeah. Let's look at this. We can go here. I'll pull out another trigger out of my bag. And I'll send that Linda Rowski because I can't remember exactly. I don't want to explain it wrong and confuse anybody, but it's pretty cool how she uses these pressure points to determine direction and the momentum, like a momentum factor. I'm gonna pull up. Let's see.
She's almost kind of using it like a lower low, or lower high, kind of like that, I guess, right? Or no?
It is, but it's so much more in depth. You gonna like it, Scott, when I send it over there.
Okay, okay,
It's a pretty nice little cheat code.
yeah. I ain't mad at knowledge now.
Oh, man. Yeah, we can't argue. I think I looked up her net worth. I think it's something in the billions.
Yeah, you
So
definitely
we can
can't be mad at that.
we can tailor something that she uses, man. I'm all for it.
You just break off a smidge for what you're using, and we're good.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm waiting on this pull up. And we can kind of take a look at some of the strengths. What's going on in the market? So we had that was CAD. So it's the same thing here.
On the side note, that UJ doing all right.
Yeah, it is. It's moving, man. I'm gonna pull up that chart before we hop off too and show you some of my targets, man. I think that thing gonna just keep tanking. The bad side about this is I need to pull up on my other computer. I have historic data. With TradingView, we only going like to 2007. It looks like with
Right.
CAD, and unless this is the time that the CAD came online, but I think there's more data than this for some reason. So we don't know if there's anything.
A lot of them went back to like 1998, 99, something like that, I believe.
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking. I think it was 98 at least.
Mm-hmm.
Let me check I'm gonna check my MT4 real quick to see if I see anything on that. Anything further. So, I mean, basically, if we don't have any more data at this area, we kind of shooting in the dark.
Oh, exactly.
So yeah, that is right. For some reason on that TradingView, let me see if they got another. It's only showing it goes all the way. Yeah, it goes back to 98, and there is still some more potential drop that we could see. Like a lot of, well, this is a CAD JPY, so yeah, we'll see a lot of there. But I don't want to make an ass out of you and me, but if CJ still has room to drop, then I'm thinking CAD could still go lower too.
Yeah, I was in another group and I had the CAD JPY marked up as well, and I said it's still got some more room to drop. And people are like, no, I don't know. I'm like, no, trust me. I mean, it's got a little more room to drop. So.
Yeah, dude, that's what I'm telling everybody. I just seen it all this last week too. I seen it among the us traders. Everybody's been trying to catch these bounces with these commodity pairs, and it's like, man, you can't with this virus, especially JPYs. I can speak for JPYs. They on a tangent, and then if you look at the levels that they're on right now, they really haven't even moved. So we go to like I just pulled the first one like AJ. And we're looking at the higher time frames, like AJ may not be the best pair, but we'll still take a look. See, we still got, look at that, we still got like 400 odd pips before it reaches just a real nice zone.
There's still money out there to be made.
There's plenty of money to be made still. So let's look at what else did I want to take a look at? See.
Somebody in the chat, I think I remember that was EA. Never mind. We already looked at that.
Okay, JPY. Yeah, we were checking EA. So EA will probably be on the list tonight. I'll put that on the watch list. The ECAD. I do see a lot of weakness coming into the euro. So, that if that might back you guys up a little bit more, we may be looking out for some of that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just leery on the commodity currencies. I don't know if they're gonna get any strength at this point. But let's see. Pull up this CAD real quick. We got a few more minutes before it shuts off. Then I'm not sure if you guys do ever use if you guys don't ever use these headlines, because I always say it's three parts to trading. It's the technical, the psychological, and then you need your sentiment, or you need, fundamental aspect to back us up. So if you guys TradingView, they have the economists that do all the work for us. So I kind of just, when I'm looking at a pair, I'll see some of their viewpoints, and then I'll come, because that's all we're doing is we're building a puzzle. We using putting the corners together, building the middle. We're using technicals to kind of give us a higher probability, or kind of direction basis, and then we're using this sentiment to back that up. So economic data to take a back seat once more government step up. Just from what I've been reading, all the governments are a couple of weeks behind on fighting this thing as far as economic, trying to do stimuluses, trying to pump the market. So I'm still looking free fall. CAD getting weak. So this is coming to things that I'm just kind of, me personally, I use to make my trading decisions.
Right.
And then the deepest part for me that I feel like most people sleep on is the dichotomy of management. You can be right about the trade or right about the direction, but wrong about the trade, regardless if it's getting in early, getting out early, all type of things, position sizing, whether to increase or add into the trade. And that things like that are going to start helping you guys discover your edge. So if it's a certain time that you trade in the market that you notice, okay, I'm winning more during London. The technicals that I'm using for some reason is working during London. So we want to start exploiting that edge. We want to look at, we're starting to zoom in on that aspect, and we'll see, we'll start crunching the numbers. Because at the end, this is all really a numbers game. Like the world's best traders, people that I don't know, and then some of 6-figure and 7-figure traders that I got the honor to speak with. They're not really worried about winning and losing. They're more worried about a sample size and making sure that their edge plays out at the end of the week.
Right.
Yeah. I got one mentor that he said he used to do a lot of trade shows, and he would do the old quarter trick. He would flip a quarter, and based on a certain time frame, he would have the crowd go heads or tails. So he's looking for a position in the market based on what direction they want to go. Like heads would be long, tails would be short, or it's something like that he would do that. It was
Right.
basically random, and he would be able to catch a play, make $100 at the market live, basically letting them call the direction. Don't matter if the
Right.
market's going up or down. So we get to a point to where we're that proficient in the market that we're removing the emotions, we're removing the strain of having to be right, and we're just letting the edge do the work. We're running our trading business like a casino.
Right.
So yeah, man, that's
Before it's all over with, Nick, uh, I want to take a minute or two as one of your students and introduce myself and just kind of inspire everybody that's on here.
man. Go ahead, the floor is yours, bro.
If you don't mind, if I share my screen for a second.
Well, one moment.
How's everybody doing? My
Oh,
name
I know.
is Mr. Daniel Marshdays. And yes, I am one of Hips Overpass students. He is my mentor. And I just want to, just give you all the kind of direction that not only trading put you in, but how Nick has put me in the right direction, how he has taken me from school. I don't even know how to tell you to. Now I know how to tell you. So I just want to go over a few trades of mine that I had. I think that I did. Here's one. I did post this in a chat. This is my own trade. Mark my own charts, take my own trades, all that. This is Euro USD. It went a lot further than I thought it would, but that's okay. But the thing about this is, Pips Overpass taught me how to trade. This is GU. I also put this in the chart. These are trades I caught way up here somewhere. Put this in the chart. And then just look. Where I went from taking profit too early to look at it. I mean, just look at it.
That was a nice trade, man. I'm
This
glad
is
to
a
see your
nasty trade.
development, man.
Real nasty trades. And I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know why I was doing it. Only thing I knew when I was doing it. And when I was doing it was my win was wrong. Pips Overpass took me, man, and actually built on what I already knew.
Man, brother, I can't tell you enough. I appreciate the edification, and man, it's good to see it on the chart, see your growth, and I like what you just highlighted. Your why, your win, things of that aspect that just shapes your mindset to think more as a trader than
Now, I'm just
somebody
trying to
just
tell them that,
more.
bro. I'm just trying to tell them that, like I am highly recommending. I'm highly recommending Pips Overpass, man, because I went from nowhere to a true trader.